Hey guys, my name is Dennis. A while back I had an idea to film a trendy commercial-like shoe video, and today we're going to look at the behind the scenes. So I'm going to be shooting on the A7 III with the 24-70 2.8 G Master. We're going to be using the 120Ds Mark IIs as our light. Luckily today I have two because I was able to borrow one from a friend. And on them we have these strip light boxes with a grid, just to really be able to condense the light and be able to control where it points to. For the shoot, I didn't rent out any studios. I didn't really think of any crazy locations. I just found an empty cement wall in my basement. Luckily it's an unfinished basement, but kind of looked at this wall and I was like, you know what, this is a really pretty wall. Let's use it for something cool, and it worked out that it fit perfectly with this video. For the opening shot, I kind of want to reveal the shoe without exposing the details of it. So I'm just going to kind of backlight the backdrop and create a silhouette effect on the shoe itself. So for the next shot, I kind of want to highlight the edges of the shoe, and in order to do that, I'm going to bring the light to the back to keep it as a rim light and keep the silhouette on the front, not revealing the front of the shoe yet. While I was filming my rim light scene, I realized that I was still getting a bit too much spill on my backdrop, and I didn't really like that. I just kind of want to focus on the shoe. So the way to prevent that is taking the back of a reflector side, putting it on top of the light in order to stop it from bouncing onto the backdrop. You don't need an expensive reflector to do this. You can use a blanket, a foam board, absolutely anything that has a darker tone to it. So we already revealed the background and kind of the silhouette of the shoe. So now we want to kind of start revealing a bit of the details on the shoe. And to do that, I'm probably going to bring my light slightly in front of the shoe and outline some of the details. Let's give it a try. And now I want to put a lot of focus on the shoe and just completely reveal it. So the way we're going to do that is toss on the snoot onto the 120D to create kind of like the spotlight effect and quickly bring it in and out. So for this shot, I need complete darkness. So the way to do that is to turn off absolutely everything. And here we go, and this is what it's going to look like. Something I forgot to mention is when you're working on a project where you're spending majority of your time in front of the camera and you can't actually see the LCD screen on the back of your camera, a really helpful tool is setting up an external monitor facing outwards towards you so that you can see kind of what you're setting up and how your shot's gonna look before you actually record it. So now we're gonna film part of the video where the song really picks up, and it's gonna let us get really creative, some handheld B-roll style shots to showcase the detail of the shoe, as well as we can start playing with different color lights, put in different gels, and kind of contrast the shoe in different ways. So now that we finished filming the B-roll sequence for this video, I want to shout out a good friend of mine who owns an online vintage clothing store, JM Vintage. I'm going to link them in the bio, check them out. He actually lent me a cool pair of New Balance 574s. The coolest part about it is it actually swaps out the logo patch. At the point of the song, a beat comes in and it gets faster. So what I'm thinking of doing is every time the beat hits, swap out the patch, and as it gets faster, the patches keep changing colors. One thing I realized while filming this video was that I was swapping the patches one by one. It was taking a really long time because every time you touch the shoe, it kind of moves and you gotta wait for it to settle down. Instead, I realized I can be changing them two at a time and then just mask the video and combine it in later. A bit more work in post, but a lot less in the grand scheme of things because it does take a few minutes for the shoes to settle. Don't make that mistake. So I just swapped out the last logo change, and now we're gonna get into the final shots. There's gonna be one more small B-roll sequence. Final shot, the beat kind of just like hits very hard at the end, and I was just thinking on that beat the shoes just drop. Unfortunately, I don't have 4 hands or 4 pairs of scissors, so I'm gonna have to do one shoe at a time and then just mask it together in post. So a lot of post work, but gotta do what you gotta do. So now that we're done with it, and so now that we're done,